I don't even know where to start. I can tell you that this stuff happens to me about 3 times a week, at least. A lot of times it's every day. People wonder why I'm reclusive, why I don't want to go out, why I'm antisocial. Well, it's not antisocial personality disorder. It's that society as a whole doesn't understand how to deal with people with PTSD. There's also a sense of entitlement that goes along with the term PTSD. Many times when I tell someone that I have PTSD, the first words out of their mouth are either "thank you for your service," inferring that I'm a veteran, or asking, "are you a veteran?" No, I am not a veteran. Being a veteran is not the only way that people get PTSD. Okay? And it doesn't make you more entitled to use the word or the term PTSD because you're a veteran. Okay? It doesn't. Actually, it's discriminatory. So, the entitlement piece is probably subconscious and it's not really malicious, but there are parts of it that are malicious. You're getting ready to see some. I go into a food bank and this person, Holly, told me that she was going to connect me with someone who deals with people with PTSD. She's told me it was a veterans advocate. We're in an office full of people. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't tell her I was a veteran. I didn't tell her I wasn't a veteran. People assume shit all the time. I wasn't going to accept benefits for veterans because I'm not a veteran. I've never ever tried to do that, ever. So this guy calls me, and of course I say on the phone, because it's just he and I'm not a veteran. Oh, well then I can't really help you. So he calls her back, lets her know I'm not a veteran, and when I go in today to the food bank, she goes off on me. Pissy, just snapping at me, inferring that I should have told her that I wasn't a veteran. And she never asked me if I was a veteran or not, ever. And when she sent me the text saying that the guy was going to call, I didn't say anything because I thought if the guy's got PTSD resources, maybe they're for non-veterans as well. But I let him know up front that I wasn't a veteran. And that cost me. That cost me not being able to get assistance from him for help, for advocacy. And also, when I went back in today, she's sitting there telling me that I should have told her that I was not a vet. Then she says, "What's the source of your PTSD? What caused your PTSD?" I was so shocked and triggered at this point. I'm an advocate. And when people do this, when they infer that you have no right to use the ADA, what it does, it's an exclusionary tactic, and it shuts me down. People with PTSD dissociate. Okay, I did that. I'm like, holy, I got to get out of here. Fight or flight's in full bore. I'm wanting to run like hell, but I got to get this on video. So, I didn't say, I told her, I said, I'm not going to talk about that. And she just got even more ugly with me. And I walked out and I thought, you know what? I've got to document this. I've just got to. So about 5 to 10 minutes later, I walked back in. I waited my turn in line. She and I started talking, and this is what happened.
All right, Jay, what's up?
I just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what happened, but I was in a really funky space the first time I came in here.
Yeah.
So I heard you say the guy was a veterans rep.
Yeah.
I didn't want to address it on my end. So
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't represent myself to be a vet.
Yeah.
But,
Well, when I shot you that message, you
Right.
know, saying this is the veteran services guy to take care of you, it could have been cleared up right there that, no, I wasn't a vet. But while I was talking to you and saying the PTSD, and if you already know that people are assuming that, you know, I would have saved the trip and the time and effort with that guy and not even have sent you over there.
Why am I the one that's tasked with saying that when I wasn't asked that?
I asked you though, numerous times we were talking about this, etc. So, and I'm sure, like
I don't
you said,
have that on. I don't have that on my text
and
where you
then-
asked me. So what it really just. I told you I was an ADA advocate.
right.
And so I help vets and people with disabilities.
Okay.
So it's actually at first somebody with the sources of PTSD because it's very traumatizing.
Okay. For my job to help you to get you wherever that you need to go, I'm going to ask you those uncomfortable questions. Okay? Because obviously I asked you these questions and they weren't answered in that, so I don't know where to put you. Okay, but when you're coming in here and you're asking for my services, I have a plethora of services to serve you with. Okay, so to better serve you, I'm going to ask you these questions. If you're not comfortable with that, then you do not need to use our services, etc. So it's totally up to you and what your comfortability level is with us helping you. Okay, so if you're comfortable with that, then you can keep continuing to come back. If you're not comfortable with that, then I'm not sure where we can go from here. So that's up to your option. Okay? Because I don't want to upset your PTSD or any of that other stuff that's going on, okay? So, it's up to you and your choice, okay? But I want to just let you know that these are the services that we are offering, etc. So, I might have to ask you some uncomfortable questions.
So as you can see, when I told her that it was adverse to the ADA to ask someone what the source of their PTSD was, she rolled right past it and said, I'm going to do it anyway. Don't care. If you don't like it, there's the door, basically. So she let me know in very, very straightforward speech that she's going to be asking those questions, regardless of whether it's in compliance with the ADA. And I'm sorry the camera's shaking right now, but I'm shaking. And I'm still triggered, even though I'm out of this situation. So here's the deal. Since we've left Oregon, no disability, no food stamps, and now the food bank's giving me shit because I have PTSD and they say I should have told them I wasn't a veteran. And so now there's going to be this conflict point. I just avoid shit like that going forward. So now I don't know what to do. And I want to start this. This is why I'm starting an advocacy, on-call advocacy, because I'm a trained advocate. I know what the ADA laws are to a large degree. I'm not a lawyer, but I've been trained to advocate for people based on using ADA Title 1, 2, and 3. And if I can get this triggered by something, there are a lot of people out there that have absolutely no training in what their rights are under the ADA, and they're getting steamrolled every day. Cops, food bank people, doctor's offices, whatever. They're getting steamrolled because they don't know what their rights are. So I'm just telling you, this advocacy service, it's got to go down. We've got 3 certified advocates to start out with. We're going to train more. We're going to have a call-in phone service. Phone service is going to have escalation techniques. I'm telling you, this shit needs to go down because right now, there is no support system for people with invisible disabilities to get help unless they lay out $2 to $3 grand for a lawyer. Period. We have to change this. We have to change it. I'm out here all alone. And the reason I feel like I'm all alone is because I don't have anybody to cover my back. And now I'm without resources. So, how's that supposed to work? So that's why I'm setting this up, because we this has got to be the way I sustain myself, and it's got to be the way that I change things. It's my purpose. It's got to be my purpose. And I feel like it's my purpose. So when this comes out, when this crowdfunding thing comes out, I'd like for y'all to help. I'm not e-begging. You know what I'm doing? I'm trying to change the entire world here. And right now it's pretty f***ed up when it comes to people with PTSD and how they receive resources.